Hello, Chelsea. It's Mr. Chris. So here's a quick little practice video for you. Again, just to kind of go over some of the ideas we talked about, where you can see my hands and see how these notes work. So again, just to kind of review, the first thing we talked about today is finding the C. So again, when you're looking at these black keys, you want to make a pattern out of them. We see a group of two, group of three, group of two, group of three, group of two, so on and so forth. So wherever you see those groups of twos, C is always this one on the left-hand side, right? So whether I'm low or in the middle, there's my two black keys, there's my C, and then there's my C here. Cool. So the first thing I would do is just take one finger, finger 2 for the right hand, and practice naming those guys from this C up to the higher C like this, one at a time. I'll do it with you here. And I like to give a little bit of rhythm here, so I'm going to go 1, 2, ready, go. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I can't really sing that high, but that's the one. And again, remember, G is the last letter in the musical alphabet. So after that, we go back to A, and then our B, and our C. Let's do that one more time. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Cool. And then if you want, you can do it backwards with me. I'll do it for you one time. Let's go C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Excellent. All right, so again, just kind of a nice way to kind of get comfortable with the white keys. We'll be using those a lot, of course. And then the other thing I wanted to get you just comfortable with is that C position. So I like to start with my right hand, so I'm right-handed like you. And I'll take finger 1, I just rest it on top, put the other fingers out, one for each white key. And then we talked about it, but you want to put a little bit of a curve in your hand so that you have this relaxed sort of, ease of playing. If you're like this, it's no good. So nice and curved, nice and relaxed, that's the way to be. And again, your first step here is just getting used to the motion. We're going to go. Cool. And I like to make a loop out of it. I actually don't even repeat the low note. It'll look like this. Like 3 times. Very nice. And then once you get that, I would freeze that hand, bring the left hand out. Remember, finger 5 here, my pinky, is going to go on the lower C, and then I spread up from those guys. So this is my, one of these guys are all set to go. This is called a double C position. And again, it's the basis for a lot of the songs that we play. So a good place to have is kind of what I call home base. So I'll try that again with the left hand down here. Loop it. Great. And then again, you're welcome as much as you want to do one hand and then the other, but I think you did a great job of kind of combining them. This thing to watch out for, don't do this. We're kind of going away and in. You want to make sure you start with C, and just kind of move in the same direction with the hands. Okay, so one more time, let's do the loop thing here. And I'm going to say the letter names. You can say them with me or just think them in your head. And I'm going to go 1, 2, ready, go. C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. Yeah. Okay, good. And again, you can loop that, I think 3 times would be awesome. And but as you're doing it, try to think of the letter names as much as possible. And that's going to make it so much easier as we go forward. All right, great. So real quick, just some of the other things we touched on. We had this, those C arpeggios. It's a fancy sounding thing, but not too hard to do. We're just going to kind of skip up from the low C. C, E, G, C, E, G. And then we made a loop out of that. We're going twice. And then 1/3 time here. And then you can jump up, but a smoother way is to take your pointer finger, your second finger here, kind of make a rainbow shape over to this C and put it on the top there. So yeah, sounds good, and we can get used to that. It's called crossing over. You can see why. So yeah, it makes sense. Excuse me. And then once you get your pedal under control, that sounds really good with the pedal. These arpeggios and pedal are like chocolate and peanut butter. They always work. Very nice, right? And I can let it ring. When I let go of the pedal, boom, it's going to sound like that. Okay, good. So moving on, I'm going to put a little character in here. If you're scrolling through the video, you can look for the owl. This will be the next part. And I wanted to talk about Ode to Joy. I'm going to send you a picture of the notes for this. And the song in the book actually has the left hand starting this, which is not a bad idea. They're trying to get your left hand strong. You could play it all in the right hand, but I'm going to show you this version. So I'm starting in the left hand. I'm going to go E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D. And then I'm going to the right. I'm going to go E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, C. And there's a rhythm there that bum, bum, that's not in the book. So if you know the song, you can play it with that rhythm, or you can play it straight. Both ways are acceptable. Okay, very good. So that's the first song I would kind of say, just kind of work on for funsies, and first of many, I'm sure, that will get going. I think that's all the main. Oh, I wanted to do the black key deal with you as well. All right, good. So like we were saying, the pedal and the black key, even just going up like that, it sounds fantastic. You can mix and match notes, you know. Just kind of see what you can come up with there. And I don't want to limit you. Again, I would encourage you to just kind of explore those sounds, especially with the pedal. They're gonna sound great. But what I want to do is give you some backdrops that you can play with, and just again, stick to the black keys for this. But we'll see if we can make up our own song. And this is something I always love to do with people in person. But since we're on video, we'll make the best of it and see what we can do. So here's Agra from the Dark Crystal. This will be this part of the video. All right, so I'm going to give you two. This first one is a happy one. I'm going to go like this. Good. So again, you can kind of let that play and see if you can find some notes. I would recommend the upper part of the piano and just see if you can kind of bounce around and find what we would call a melody that would sound good with all that stuff. And again, it's just experimenting, so feel free to play around with it as many times as you want. No wrong answers really on that sort of thing. And then I'm going to give you another one that's going to have a little sadder of a mood to it here. So run out of characters. I guess we'll use Beethoven here. Whoa. Okay, here we go. So this will be round two. That same thing, you can improvise with the black keys on this. And we'll go about 1, 2, ready, go. All right. So again, just some things to have fun with. I'm going to send you your mom a couple pictures of the pieces I think might be fun for you to explore this first time. But again, it was super good to meet you guys today. I know you're going to be super talented, and we'll be able to get some good stuff rocking. All right. Thanks, Charlotte. I'll talk to you the next time.